They typically do a two-family shop.
All right, we're back in the Morning Brew with friends, and we got our friend Greg Frost joining us, talking a little bit about mortgages.
Good morning.
Had you had a chance to check out the Startup Weekend stuff?
I was just listening to it now. It's fantastic to hear. And I just asked if there were some marketable ideas, and they said the top 3 winners could go to market at any time.
It's like right now.
Yeah.
Even from this Teen Startup Weekend.
I thought that was very exciting, yes.
Yeah, and so you're going to check out the Startup Weekend on March 6th?
Come on over.
I need some double extra large chubby pajamas.
we can do that.
We can find them. But you're here to talk a little bit about mortgages, because right now there's a real opportunity for people to lower their mortgages. And what is going on?
Well, there's been a federal, a presidential executive order that lowered the insurance premium on FHA mortgages. To give you a little historical perspective, FHA was started in the Depression by FDR.
And this was a protection organization, really.
Correct.
Right?
And
so all of us who have mortgages, we didn't get stuck, and we didn't.
Well, back then it was a stimulant. Back then, housing wasn't moving. We were in a depression. To buy a house, you had to put 25-50% down. So
Wow.
FHA comes out with this innovative thing, 3% down.
Right.
30-year financing. It was phenomenal and phenomenally successful.
And now that's become the standard.
It has.
That's how we all just think of a mortgage.
It was the government that did that to stimulate the economy. The mortgage insurance premium was 0.5% since the 30s.
Wow.
And immediately following the mortgage meltdown, the regulatory agencies raised it all the way up to 1 3/8%. So what that does is if you have a 6% mortgage, the cost of insurance is 1 3/8%, so you're really paying back at the equivalent of 7 3/8%.
It's huge.
So
yeah.
it's very big, and when it's high, it takes people out of the marketplace. There's a school of thought that says for every 1/4% that the cost of financing is increased, whether insurance or interest rate, 250,000 families drop out of the qualification. Wow. So it was massive. And
right. So what are you guys doing about this, and what is going on right now that's changing how this?
The president said take 50 basis points off, so now it's back to 7/8%.
Okay.
Which brings 500,000 new families back into the marketplace. And so for purchasing, your qualifications, your amount of money you have to make to qualify is less.
So I can afford a bigger, better, grander home.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Right now, the average loan amount in town is about $160,000. With this change,
That's not the average purchase price of a home. That's just the loan amount.
loan amount
Okay.
right now. Average purchase price is right around 180.
Okay.
So right
Is
now
that high or is that low? I mean,
it's lower than it had been.
Really?
Okay, it's lower than it had been. It's creeping back up. So now you can buy about $20,000 more house because of this change. So it's a stimulus.
Very cool.
No question about it.
We were talking about our friend John Garcia a second ago, who's going to be one of the judges at the upcoming Startup Weekend that they're having. And he's now the home builders president, right, Lisa?
Yes,
And I mean, we need to get him on, talk about how some of this stuff will impact home buyers. And,
Absolutely.
the home builder industry. I think that'd be great. I mean, are home builders excited about this? Is this mean more people are going to go to work, more construction guys out there?
Everybody's excited about it because the more demand you can create for housing, it helps home builders, it helps realtors, it helps everybody in the housing picture.
So what about people like me who already own a home? Is this a chance to refinance my home?
Absolutely, in certain circumstances. Anybody that's got an interest rate right now of over 5%.
I have to check. I forget what mine is.
The interest rate's
14 to 18%, something like that.
Well, you got one a long time ago. Anybody that's over 5%, and especially FHA mortgage over 5%, can benefit greatly by a combination of the reduced mortgage insurance premium and the lower interest rates.
So if you had the average sales price house of $108,000, I mean, what would this do if I refinance from, like, say, 5 to whatever it is now? Would
I
that
think
be
you'd be looking
$50 a month?
No, you'd be looking at over $200 a month.
Or $200 a month. That's huge.
Yeah.
Lisa was like, "Wow, I need to call this."
It's significant. It truly is. It's significant. Interest rates have never been lower, substantially lower than they are right now.
I keep hearing about things like they're low. They're worried about even deflation now in the economy. I mean, are those real concerns, and are those things that, like, as we're thinking about refinancing, as we're thinking about buying homes, should we be worried they're going to raise interest rates again, or do you think they're going to stay on the lower end?
The things that drive interest rates are the amount of money in the system. And right now, Uncle Sam is paying a very good rate for Treasury bonds. more so than most of the other nations of the world. So there's capital flowing into the United States, buying those treasury bonds
Right.
like never before, because
Right.
Uncle Sam always pays his interest.
Right.
Okay? So it's a very safe bet. So you've got money flowing in. The supply and demand suggests that there's no pressure on interest rates to go up now. Now they're at historical. That being said, they're at historically low levels.
So they're not going to stay this low forever.
No,
Yeah.
you
What is the
wouldn't think
prime
so.
rate right now? It's 3 and change.
Couple points.
Couple
It's-
points.
yeah,
It's amazing.
It's low, yeah.
So now's a good chance to do that, and then that's also a good chance to start a business. And we'll be back with more. We're going to be talking some art here in a couple of seconds with our buddy Stephen Westman, the Curious Townie, who's going to tell us all about some new art at the Albuquerque Museum. And he's going to be bringing on his friend Titus, who's going to be talking about his own personal work on the Morning Brew with Friends. And you guys will stick around and talk art. Excellent.